45 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Let's have a look at how things are shaping up so far this afternoon. You can see pretty much positive right across the board here. Only the Dow struggling a little bit, 0.3 for the S&P. The NASDAQ still in charge, 0.7% to the upside. Was higher than that a little bit earlier on. Canada, positive. Brazil to the downside. Bitcoin, yeah, still having a nice day, 6.8%. Whole bunch of individual names moving around, guys, as we head towards Tesla earnings. 45 minutes till the close.
Yes, sir, Brennan. And look, I'd love for us to be talking about Tesla, but I can tell you it's just not really doing much of anything. So I'm not sure it's going to be actionable trade. Sean and I are going to be live trading right now. So if you guys haven't followed the show, things are going to move rather quickly. I'd start with BNGO, which I'm short at the top of, but you got to start with MVIS, I think, here, Sean. It did another breakout through 24. I tried to put the pink shorts on and shorted in front. It broke out, and then I took long break 24, long break 25, 24.50, long break 25, and then tried a short here off of 26. That immediately, it tried to go in the money like 40 cents. I got a little bit out, and then it blew out the top. I missed all of this move up to like 27 change, and then tried shorting. This is the worst short of all time off 27. I essentially got out break even when it snapped back, and now you're going to see it fall. That's a lot to recap, but MVIS has been absolutely bonkers today, Sean. Bonkers.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm short. So there you go. So let's just hit it. We'll hit the home run a little bit. We'll fire off some hot dog cannons. We're $1 in the money right now on this short. I am bidding to get some out right here at 26.04. So yeah, we tried the short. It actually has worked out great for us. We went long. So this was the first short that didn't work. Then we went long, out, short here, 26.84. Short again, 27, and then we took a little 27.15 on a pop upside there. So MVIS today is going to be a pretty profitable name for us. And if you were here at the beginning, welcome back, because we had MVIS dead to rights down here. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get all of the move. Long 21 through to 22. Should have been holding on to that one, but that's fine. Right now, it's revenge city for me, as we do have MVIS short. We put on the pink shorts, and we are now short MVIS. Let's see how much this can run, guys. We're going both ways. Over here, what's up, Beep?
All right, another one to mention heading into the last half an hour here. Box L. Crazy move here at lunchtime. This was around 12:50-ish this afternoon, popped up on monster volume. Volume kind of dying off here, but this move's still going. Coming up to 260 here, 24% for Box L, guys.
Hey-o.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. It just screams of, you see a spike like that, you're thinking there's got to be news, but nothing there. If it takes out that 260, I'd be a little bit surprised if I don't take a little bit of a shot off the top. There's that move to the downside on MVIS. I can't believe I was long in the breaks and then missed out on that short. Good one there, Sean, for sure, because there is no, I shouldn't say that, because there might actually be. There is no more volatile stock today that I've been able to see other than MVIS. Thank you very much. This is a key level. If it breaks that 25.75, that's a hold. I do think there, Sean, and I'm taking a breakdown just to see if I can't scalp it into 25 even. But when you're in the money like that, I'm not saying it goes to VWAP. It's been too strong to anticipate that, but you can always scalp trade.
Forget about scalp trading for this guy, because right now we are just absolutely lighting this name on fire, guys. We're short 27.11, so we've given you multiple dollar winners in the morning. You're back for more, and there it is. Unfortunately, it's not a trade that we took in front of you. It's just one that I've been sort of building here for a bit, so a good trade again right there. Okay, I want to talk about Square. Big time movement for Square. Look, this is one of JP Diamond's, I think, admitted biggest miss here. He had an opportunity to take Square out a long time ago and didn't do it, and now today paying the piper on that one. Square, you can see to the upside right now. 20, here it is right here. 256 right now. I think we can take that out. We had the high the last couple of days. Big movement off Square there. I'm going to go to Brendan. I don't know if this was just the futures taking off here or what, but Square with big time movement, and I don't know. It crossed over that 200 period, or sorry, that 20 period with the 20-minute chart. And since then, I don't know what's happened, but a great move on Square today, up now that 3.75%. Loving Square to the upside. MVIS, man, still going downside right now. Loving life there as well. But 256, let's take the breakout on Square.
Yeah, and you got to remember, so we left the show, and BNGO was sort of on the breakout to the upside. It had that top end go through 660. I took it out way too early when it tested that 7 even area. You're going to see it extend to 735. It then tested the top. I tried a long breakout. That did not work. The second the long break didn't work, I rolled into a couple of short trades here. I'm in the latter of those two, up at 743, and it's making another run to the top. So was able to scalp some for like that 12-cent move, taking a little bit off every like 5-10 cents. We waited till about 10 there. But if this breaks the high, we're just going to walk away from it. Very, very strong movement. And we flipped from going long in the morning in BNGO to trying out the short trade. It's a bit of a mixed result so far. Most of the money has definitely come from that long side. There was another big time mover, RVPH. This was multiple halts in the morning here. I was trading it after it had successive halts to the upside. There was a stall at 7 even. I caught this back into like $6, and then it went absolutely parabolic to the upside without halting somehow to 950. It then did this failed flush. I was trying to catch it off of the same high, but it just shot up entirely too quickly and then right back in. I'm now looking at this 775. If it breaks this floor, put it in double top, breaks that floor, I'm going to be playing into the short side of the trade. BNGO just hit break even, a little bit of an overfill, so got like a small amount of shares on 44. And then I'm just going to get out flat. BNGO looked like it was going to go. All the money made to the long side so far. RVPH, very likely to be a breakdown at 775. But keep in mind, Sean and I have to be flat by the end of the day. So any trades we take are scalp trades into the close, or, I mean, as long as we want, or into 4 o'clock, of course. And in Tesla, I want to talk about those earnings, but wow, Tesla has like a $5 range all afternoon.
So 26.50, we're going to get out of MVIS. We let it drop down to 25.50 there, and just waiting to see if the bottom falls out of that one. But we have $1 in the money on this one. SKLZ, CEO right now on CNBC. But doesn't really matter. I mean, that's an easy pop there, but I still like this break through the top here on skills. So let's see if that can go upside. And if you guys remember from Thursday, Friday last week, we drew the line. I told you, let's hold. I don't even know if I still have that sheet. Maybe I do or not, but it was hold the line on skills 17. I don't know where it is. You can find it on Twitter. But hold the line on skills at 17. And yeah, that's basically exactly what it did. This was the dip down. We got as low as 16.50. Since then, 17's been pretty cash. So right now, a nice little dip into 980, and now we'll see what happens on the top side there. So small little break there on, Brendan got back to us there. It was a Barclays upgrade here for Square today. So we just did take the break there. I guess we must have missed the break the first time because it goes up to 26.30 or so, 256.30. We get it on the way back in. That's never a good sign. So I don't like getting a trade back in when that happens. So I'm going to give it back to here, 255.28. I mean, that could break easily. Square is like very, very volatile and very, very spready when it does open back up. So we'll definitely take out a part here if we get below 255.25. But I do like this one for the long. And then we just talked about MVIS. We're short 27.11 right now, guys. So, I mean, if this comes out right about here, 26.50, I'm pretty happy taking this out for that 75 cents. We've cleaned it up on the short again. So that was a good trade here. In, first about 70 cents, then the dollar, and then we'll wait to see how much lower MVIS wants to go. Right now, 97 cents in the money. I just got to tend to this Square position here.
Yeah, I just got into box sell off that high of the day, that 260. As Brendan mentioned, not really a news story related with it. So you get that parabolic move on volume. The volume dying down at the top. So I'm taking the shot over there. And then I just mentioned to you guys that RVPH, and then here it starts to come back in. So watch out. If it breaks this little low at 775, there is a chance that this thing could halt to the downside. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to, but it did run out of liquidity on the way up several times in the morning. Seems like it's been a bit of a better beast, well, at least in the afternoon so far. I sort of knock on wood. And if it tries to test up here after bouncing off you up again at 9, I think that's going to be worth a short as well. So into box sell, I'm going to be done for now at least with BNGO. There's probably some room to run on that one. For those of you that were asking about Tesla, it's starting to make a move, but this is what it's been doing all 735 to 740. We left the show with that range. I mean, I got out flat in a trade because a news story hit sort of regarding automated driving there while I was in the long trade, so I got out flat, and it's done absolutely nothing since. So I can't even hate that decision because there's been zero opportunity cost of not being in Tesla going into the close. If it moves, then it's news. Until it does, earnings are going to be well after the market at 4 o'clock. So usually they're a little bit delayed on Tesla. As Boxell just got into that short trade. And RVPH for now bouncing off 8. If it's not going to give me the 775 break, I'm looking for probably short in front of $9, call it like 875, 880 or so.
We tried to get, short the Boxell there. We're still short NVIS, which is tanking, so that's a good one. We're really happy the pins lined up perfectly for that. And I go long and short. It's just I am much more, obviously, of a bull, and makes sense, than a bear for me. But today we did notice something here on NVIS, so we switched it up. I'm just wishing that the bull tendencies can come through here. That's NVIS. We just talked about that. Wow, good move down. On Square here, we tried to buy some 40s. I'm not sure if that's a smart move because I'm going to get some out anyways, breaking back down through 25. Let's just see if we get like swiped down a little bit into the 40s and get longer than we already are, because right now we're stuck above 250. I mean, I can't believe like this is a problem. We're 30 cents out, but we are stuck here above 256. And again, it's very, there we go. We do got another piece there. So okay, futures coming down. You got to be careful. This is the thing. We missed this. Like I was not watching this not closely enough anyways. Once it breaks through 256, I miss it initially. It goes to 33, and then we get filled on the way back down. I don't want that fill. I want the fill as it's breaking up so we can play momentum, because right now we're having to deal with this move back to the downside. So we just did take a piece off now on Square right there. So that's about like, I don't know where we're long. We got 43s again. So long there, but probably like 70-cent hit or so on that one. Now we'll wait to see. If Square gives it up and the NASDAQ just comes down, then that's what's going to happen. And we will get out right here, 254, right at this spot, right at these highs here. I think that's well worth it. You can't just trade blind. So 254.50 is good enough for me. The level's really 67, 68, but give this a little bit of room to the upside. Now we'll just hold on to Square. We can make this back. It's just not, it needs to get up, right? So that's about a 70-cent hit there on half. We have half left. Let's see if we can get above this 256.50 level and just wash this trade. But right now, not going well for us on Square as, well, we're long now, but that was a bad, like, look at that. We just got washed again downside. Wish we would have held on to that one. Square, the damage is, the story's not over on this one. I think it goes higher.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the trend on the chart. I mean, there's about 30 minutes to go into this power hour, and the market is holding up above that 14,000. I mean, the 10-year looking rather weak in yield, so that has tech booming. That's one thing to like about that Square. OCGN, a couple people asking about this. Look, it's not what it was on Friday. It was one level and one level only for me this morning. Playing off of this 1165, short in front of it, then breakout long and dip buy in front of that level. When it retook it to the downside, I tried to see if it would break through the top, trying to hold on to the last little bit. And then, of course, just under flat. And I haven't traded it since. It's holding lower than that range, and I kind of watch out for this 1128. If this is, running out of steam, obviously we left you on Friday, of course, in the afternoon show with the offering, which I don't know how much I love about those in-market offerings, whether or not that's fair to traders and shareholders. It is what it is. It's accepted pretty well, up 18%, but it's been all weakness since lunchtime, I do find. And if it goes below 1127, I'm going to have to play a breakdown short trade. The momentum has been rather weak in this name. So I don't have any long breaks yet. I guess if it does a fail break through that 1125 and I get flushed out immediately, I'd probably look for a quick reversal, but I'm not there yet. Just thinking about the short for now.
Just looking at skills here, I mean, it's a pretty good short. Obviously, to the upside it goes, but we've come back off of this back into 1970. I just wonder there, this was a retest back down. They denied the short, so now we could go to the upside at 2020 right now on SKLZ. So we still are waiting for that, but don't forget that tomorrow, it's all lined up right now. It's JR on, it's Kevin O'Leary. They're coming through tomorrow to discuss MindMed and some of that news there. We'll get the uplist tomorrow. They're going to be tomorrow at 8:40. Should be an exciting one. We'll have those guys on tomorrow. So if you're investing in MindMed or you're wondering what to do with your position or whatever, 8:40. So there you go. You get to hear before the market opens what you want to do. You could judge it from there, but they're going to be coming on tomorrow to talk everything MindMed. Kevin O'Leary, JR on with our man, Brendan Wickens, tomorrow morning.
A couple of things just popping in here for Tesla, guys. Tesla reportedly adding a parts recycling area to their new Shanghai plant that we were talking about this morning. Former Tesla board member on earnings, so that's nothing. But interesting little headline just popped in there. That was 15 minutes or so ago. Tesla's starting to
Futures just started dumping, man.
Yeah, so we're out of our square there. Yeah, this was just a big time move.
I mean, Tesla just even dumped too. Like, I mean, ES just dropped below.
The NASDAQ dumped.
The NASDAQ jumped below that 14,000 mark, and then Tesla, you see, immediately reversed those gains. So I'd love to see what just happened there. This is what we're talking about, that 14,000 on the NASDAQ. So good to have that stop. The only short I have on is Box L, and it's like, should that even care? Ultimately, somehow. Look, I guess Box L is going to go down because it wants to. But if you're hanging on to a short, fair enough, that's good. I just had this one at the top. I just ran off the, whatever. It's just going to end up working out for you. This is like bank error in your favor, I suppose, if you have a short on, and then you got stopped out in those longs. Tesla was in the midst of breaking off of that 735 level and going through 740 before we got that market reversal. So I would watch out. I mean, I'm even holding a buyout that doesn't move, that I'm literally going to try to punch out of. I'm not even going to hold that. I don't want anything running to the downside here when I don't know what just caused that move.
Yeah, nor do I, but we're MVIS right now, though. A $2 winner, but we lost on Square. We gave it back on Square. So Square to the downside, obviously on this kind of a move. Big time movement to the downside right now. No idea what happened. The S&P just hit intraday record high. So that could have been what it is. And when that does happen, I'm going to go over to a stock that I know is pretty strong here heading into earnings tomorrow is AMD. So I think this is probably something worth picking up a little bit here. We'll do a little tester of AMD. We'll go long at 85.17 right there. We do have these bottoms of 80, 84.95 or so until we find out what's wrong. Let's see if we can't run AMD back up to the upside right now. I mean, even halfway back is a decent win for us. So we'll take AMD, see if we get a print at 40. But right now, let's just see what happens. I might even just get out of this MVIS as things are turning around a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to adjust on the fly, and that's one of those things. I mean, I'm sitting there in a stock that doesn't move and taking it off. Now, Tesla just bounced off of that 735, and the market's going to come back in. I mean, I was long this price area in the morning and kind of liked it. So I might do the same thing here and say if it holds 735, fair enough. I'll risk $1.50 plus slippage. Even if it gets back to like that 740 area, suddenly it's really not that bad when you consider the risk to reward. I can maybe scalp a $2 or $3 on a portion of it, try to risk about $1.50 or so. But obviously, you were going against the grain of that recent move there. Brendan, anything new?
Not seeing anything yet, guys, but it's worth noting it was all-time highs by a tick, and then it got smacked pretty hard there. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye out, guys.
Yeah, to me that's, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that's what it is, but I mean, with no news, obviously stocks don't fall for any reason. So we're going to find out why that was a big tick down there. If that's what it was, then okay, but this is a great buying opportunity if that's what it is. So we'll just wait to see. Brendan will get back to us on that one. Our AMD is flat right now, so we're going to watch out for that one. And I did put 25.75. I'm just going to trade around the quarters there for MVIS. So we break back up 25.75. Then we'll take that $1.30 win. If it just needs to break above it, there we go. Now we tick out. So that's a nice little win there. So we're feeling good about MVIS today. Not only did we have the long breaks early right down here, but we also had shorts here, long upside. So good trading for MVIS tonight or this afternoon. We have to look back at Square because, yeah, that one broke some backs off that move to the downside. Maybe pick some up now.
It just feels to me like if that's all it was, if this was like a technical that ticked higher, that's why I kind of wanted to jump in something that had a previous support level like Tesla. But it looks like going into these earnings, they want to test that 35, which held all afternoon on that reversal. If it's just ticked a new high, algo started selling off, you'd think there'd be some kind of a bounce here, at least a little bit, and then a retest, and then you want to see if it actually fails. And that would give me that scalp trade in Tesla. But for now, I got this in probably too early. You're going to see I got like 736.31. So I'd say that's like 80 cents worth of FOMO because I could have just had it right in front of that 735 support level. I mean, that's just one of those things that like you get like a little bit too excited to make that trade, playing off the same price that I had before instead of the level that got made in the afternoon. Like it doesn't seem like a lot, but you rinse and repeat. You do that like 50 times and you're throwing away 80 cents each time. Not a good look for me. It's basically at the money now in Tesla, but I should have had a better price, and that'd be in the money, like 70 or 80 cents instead of flat. That box L looks like it's slowed down a little bit, so any kind of bounce in the market, I tend to think it doesn't matter here. I'm playing this off the high of the day. There was some support down at like 245, 250 area. I am taking some off in front of it. Because we only have 25 minutes to go, and this is a very strong trending stock, it's good that the volume has basically died altogether. That usually favors the short end of the trade here. Just well, it's easier to show you this way. Yeah, volume just dying down here, guys. It usually favors the short end of the trade, but what works against me, of course, is the clock. Shorts have to cover that are going off the high of the day. There's no way I'm the only person that's shorting this off the high of the day. It would be crazy to think I'm alone, and a lot of those are going to have to cover if it breaks the top. I'm out at 2261 for sure. I'm not even thinking it gets all the way to VWAP and probably flat before it gets to that 237. Brendan?
All right, we're trying to hang in here a little bit, it looks like, on the futures, but weakness coming in on XPEV as well. That just popped up on volume through 33 there. It was trying to support 33, but just broke to the downside, guys.
All right, so just a new position alert there. We'll double check back to see what we did on MVIS, see if that was any good. But we go back to what we know. We talked about Palantir early today. Bang. I mean, that was a big trade for me. Palantir, one of the top stocks for me on my board today. And then we go long again at 99s or 98s. Oh, I have evens there. I had some bids down, and I guess I never got them. But we go long now, 2s, 24s. We'll see about that. And then we did pick AMD as well. Strong on that dip as well. So we'll see about getting out some AMD right now. It's a dime in the money. But, you know, obviously we're looking for a little bit more. But without knowing much about that story and what that was, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's anything. I don't see anything hitting the news wires. So here we go, AMD. Here we go. Let's see if we get a nice little move upside there. 85.30 or so right now, a good spot for AMD. I think that's something that we should probably look to take some out, and then we'll wait to the high side if we can get that. Palantir could come back down, and we'll get that trade as well. Coinbase, I mean, it was rocking 304 and change, right back down to VWAP, but not a great chart here in the afternoon, up and down, now trying to get a little higher here. So it's made its move halfway back. So if that just ticked down to here, that wouldn't be that bad. So right now we have to go into trade mode because this now has made its way back. So, you know, if you're waiting to say, oh, well, you know, I'm long something and it's not going, if it hasn't gone back yet, then it's probably not going to. So that's why, you know, watch out for your positions. Make sure you're making the right calls right now. And there it is again. Like, that's a good trade right there on MVIS. We get out at 75. We don't have to worry about this upside move again. I still think MVIS fades a bit here, but I'd rather short it near the day's high.
Yeah, and speaking of shorting near the day's high, I'm not quite done with that RVPH. Tesla just teeters around like positive, you know, up like 50 cents, up to $1, down 50 cents, and not quite down more than $1. Otherwise, I'd be out of the trade. But that RVPH doesn't actually break out to the downside, which I've been looking for. It had that flush off that higher low lower high that got put in at 940. And if it tests up and does a little bit of a spike, I'd be looking to fade this one. It's running out of time to take out the top, which bodes well if it's going to be range bound. Liquidity isn't always the best, but it's done a ton of volume. I just kind of think it should be okay. Worth contrasting NIO over here. There we go. NIO holding the top. And I kind of feel like if I get stopped out, like if Tesla breaks that 735 and I get stopped out, lose like $1.50, depending on what slippage works out to be, I might look over to NIO breaking through this 42.60 level to trade that at the same time. And I'm not gonna necessarily get into it right now, but if I do get stopped out and Tesla breaks down, maybe there's a secondary push. I'll look for NIO to break 42.60 if I can get into that trade almost simultaneously or like one after the other. I'll make that little bit of a look. Just to go back to BNGO, I did start this new session, I guess the afternoon here for you guys, in a short position in Bingo. It's still doing basically nothing. So I was in the money, was able to take some out in the 30s, then came right back up to break even. I got out. Now it's doing absolutely butt kiss. So as strong as it has been, the fact that it wants to hold up, certainly a good sign, I think, going into tomorrow for any of the bulls. And then, of course, I just want to show you before we go to Sean here, there was, and this is the reason I brought it up, there is this buyer that's holding it up at 740, but 400,000 shares on the bid here, so maybe 450,000 shares total at 740. I think if that goes, it might be worth like a bit of a scalp trade off like a 39 short.
There it is, guys. Good talk there, but we are out of Palantir. That's all. We just want to let you guys know. There it is. 10s, 24.10 there. I mean, it's coming up to it right now again, but we do get out there at 24.10. A nice little move to the upside. Printed us. We're out at 24.10. It's at 24.9 now. I would love to get longer again if it comes back down, but who knows if that's going to happen. And unfortunately, I scalped out literally, as my kid says, 4 to 5 cents here on AMD. We got long 17. We're still holding half of this trade. It's just, I said to you guys that if your stock hadn't run in the last couple minutes, probably it doesn't run. So I can't believe that and not get out. So we did take a little bit of I mean, I let it go all the way up. Should have took some out at 30 there, like we were mentioning, but we didn't. And then I just didn't want to let, at least part of this turn out to be a loser. So we now are AMD long. I still love this name. They report tomorrow after market, I believe. So it's not going to be a runner into the close because it still has all tomorrow to trade. But for right now, this one looking good. I just always want to check back to see if I made the right decision on NVIS. This thing probably does come down. We talked about shorting it up here again. No moss for me right now, as it's not in those levels. I don't want to just short now. Here, this could break out from this level. I'd rather go when I have a little bit of protection here, including some of these. Like, this is the thing, you can see with the volume here, and I don't use volume too often, but a big spike here on the way down, and then more spikes here on the way down. So that tells me that maybe we do have something here on MVIS if you are short. No idea what's going to happen. We're just hoping that Skills gives us that money bag here. As we're long now, Skills, 2027. We wanted the 20 break. Obviously, for some reason, we get 7 cents worse than that. That is fine. Now let's go to the high side here on Skills, looking to see if it can take that out. Where is the high? I mean, it didn't even travel here yet, so we could still go up, go. So let's wait to see if Skills gives us this one. We're going to try to make back what we lost on Square. We actually have already, with NVIS we made more, but it doesn't matter. Let's see if Skills now on a call through 2020 can get going to the upside here. SKLZ long.
Yeah, new position alert. Just got that RVPH here. As it does try to test through the top here at $9. The lower high was at 940. You do see the high of the day sitting right at 950. I kind of want to have at least a couple of cracks at this one, in case it wants to make a run at the high. Maybe give it to like around that 9 even. If it breaks higher, take another shot at like 950. This is like, it says VWAP written all over it. So I'll sort of sit back and look at that $7.75 to $8, and I wanted to short that breakdown. That's not happening clearly. I'll take profit all the way down into that price, guys. So that's going to be the key. I just want to go back over to Tesla because a bit of a position update. This is not a short position. This is me getting out flat half of my Tesla position as it's just not going. I had a bad price to begin with. I should have had like 735, at least a little bit close to that 735 mark. So I just went ahead and took some of it off flat because it didn't want to rebound after that market flush. Tesla looking like it could be weak into the earnings. I mean, this is just into the close, I should say. 735 breaks on flat. Brendo?
All right, I saw a couple of people talking about Amazon, not one we look at or trade very often on the show, but here we go. There was a report flying around today. Fox Business, in fact, reporting that a split may be coming, guys, for Amazon. So, yeah, that's a pretty impressive looking chart for Amazon today.
I made the call earlier that it would be Google splitting, so I guess I just got the wrong name there, but we'll see going to the upside. Come on, baby. We're at 48 right now on Skills, just to get out of half. If we can get that, what does it go up to there? 45? Okay, so a couple more pennies higher, and we will get out of some Skills there, so we're just waiting for that one. You see where we're long, man, 2027. Like Neil said, like we got a bad price on this one as well, but whatever. You have to sort of trade with what you have here on Skills. So let's wait to see, guys. $20, yeah, 45, I don't know. I mean, do I really like 3 cents difference here? Maybe I should just get that out. I was waiting at 48. I like to trade around those levels. So we'll wait to see here, guys. 2048 to the upside. Yeah, well, we'll wait on it. I still think that one has some legs. The disappointing one that I thought we would have on this dump and then an explosion a little bit back to the upside was AMD. We did have it. We get long at 16, 17. It goes upside to 30 or so, and we don't take it. So that's a little bit of greed there. We did only take 4 or 5 pennies, so I don't know. I may just get out if this breaks 85.10. I don't want this thing to keep going to the downside. So 85.10, we'll get out. Initially, I was giving this a little bit more room, but it doesn't look like it wants to go. So AMD, if it retraces back down, we're going to get out. Look at the futures starting to go now, so hopefully that survives us on AMD. And here comes Skills. Let's go. Pay those bills. 2 more pennies, and we're out at 47. There we go. There it is. So there's the out there at 47. Let's go. Here comes another winner, guys. 30 cents. We're just just going to try to run that money bag a little bit here in the afternoon. It's been a good show so far. Just that square, man. We had that bad luck on that one.
I mean, that level in the futures that came through, I mean, it's going to be a little bit frustrating. I'm not likely to get this Neo trade because Tesla is at least trying to bounce here. It's trying to swing back to that 739, 740 mark at the top end. And look, I'm not going to go short. I was only going to go short in NIO if the market came back in, if Tesla broke out against me. I did trim the Tesla position. It is now making some signs. I kind of just felt, going into earnings, that there would be some buyers that interested in this particular name taking it through that 740. It was about to go when you hit that technical level on the S&P, and I said I'd take a couple of shots here with only 15 minutes to go at that RVPH. Now, we did make money shorting it the first time. I always go with a tight stop on a level like this, so it breaks that 9 ever so barely, gets up to like 915. I just get out. I'm looking for it to take action at that top 950. If it gets up close to that and reverses, I'll take another crack at it. I wanted multiple shots here, so now just holding that box sell, which is still safely in the money off the high of the day, but hasn't moved too much, hasn't given more than like a 10-cent winner. And then, of course, Tesla, which never more than 50 cents to $1 in the money. If Tesla holds a $4 or $5 range going into the close, up until the close, I'll be very disappointed thinking that there was going to be a move in this name when there is absolutely nothing. And a lot of people, I've seen SJ thrown around the chat a couple of times here. I'm curious as to what people are looking for the trade. This was a short, all off this like 1250 level in the morning. I got out of it way too early, and then it did basically nothing. Now, if it's going to break $11 here, it's going to need some actual volume to do so. It has been just sleepy. I've been looking at it all morning, afternoon, thinking, okay, well, 11 break doesn't look that bad, but I mean, it's not, barely even printing. There's not a heck of a lot of volume. I don't think you're ever getting a breakout at this time of day in a stock that is this sleepy. I'm not really seeing it. The chart looks okay for a breakout at that price, but I'm just not seeing any price action here or any print on the tape.
We're going to go one more look here on Square if we can get it. Losing my voice here. One more look on Square. That's our out there. It's horrible. But again, made that bottom on that news. And if it comes back down, then we'll get out again. But we'll just try Square one more time in case the NASDAQ does want to retake day's high. That's the only position. I mean, we've got on AMD now 9 cents in the money, so that's good. That's moving to the high side. We're just baby testing Square because we got burned on it the first time, and I just don't need that to happen again. We can get upside now, 265.50. We'll get out at the high of the day on that name. OCGN. Honestly, this is still from the morning. I mean, we haven't even done anything with this one. Waiting to see this go, but it's not going. So we just wanted to hold in case it did break through here. Normally, I was going to go long. That was my next discussion, was going to go long through 1175. But with only, again, 13 minutes to go, I don't really see, even if it goes there, I don't know if it accelerates enough to take the risk on, that's required for that trade. So we're not going to do that right now. And I may just take this AMD again, like it just goes like, again, right here, right to 30 again, right to 27, 28. So we may just take off, forget it. Let's just take off a dime. We'll offer right here. If we can get out 26, 27, we'll do that on AMD. I know it's such a lame move, but for right now, it's like the only thing that I can do. I'm trying to save a little bit of cash here going into the close. There's only 12 minutes left, so join us tomorrow. We already talked about that. Early tomorrow, guys, 8:40. Wake up if you're not already awake with us at 8:30 when we go over our watch list. We talk about some key levels. Join us. That's going to be a big one, a big interview. We're really super happy to have Brendan throwing that down with the team. So there it is. AMD nicely out. We take that out right there at 26. So we'll win on that one. We'll barbecue up just some more profits on AMD. Small, 5 cents and then 10 cents. So we take 15 there on AMD and we'll just move on and look to some other trades. Now Square, now in the money a bit. Let's see. If it takes out the day's high, we'll be happy. 256.50.
I want to come with one from last week here, of course, because RVPH, like the stock that it is, just went without me. But Path made a bit of a break today. There was this 80 level. If you remember back, 80 was a key level on Path, the recent IPO. I just want to quickly show you guys the 15-minute chart. This was that key triple top at $80 that we're all over in last week's action. rejection. It finally breaks out, goes to 83. If this can hold above 80, I'm going to like it. I'm going to like this, to 82.50, I should say. If it holds above that 80, I'm definitely going to like plays off the open tomorrow, holding that 80 level, maybe even holding an 82.50 if it gaps to the upside. So very, very strong recent IPO that has just a pretty clean chart. I mean, the one day that it tried to go to the downside, you saw it sort of hold some obvious support areas, couldn't even get back to that 71, and then it's just off to the races once again. Tesla finally breaks that 735, so we'll do this. I mean, I love you, Tesla. I love you, Elon. Maybe I should have gone short, but I'm not going to with 10 minutes left going into earnings. I like myself too much. I can't do that. Going back over to BoxL, why did it? Come on, chart. Don't do that to me. There we go, BoxL. Because we're running out of time with only 10 minutes to go, I do have to get a little bit more aggressive. Maybe it'll still flush the VWAP. There is time, but you got to take the winner that's there in front of you. It's a $2 stock, so if I can get 5 or 6 cents, and that's all I can get, that's what I have to take. It does not break the high of the day, so I know there's a level I can watch tomorrow, but still not the kind of retracement I was hoping for in BoxL, and still have no idea what the catalyst is for that move, and it was a big one. When I said RVPH went without me, I got stopped out here at $9, and then immediately dropped 50 cents right after.
Ain't nothing going without me, boys. Square to the high side right there, and we gone. There's that dollar we made on Square, so all of a sudden, we don't feel so horrible anymore. The imbalances come out. Square rips to the upside. There it is, man, 255.45. Out right here, 256.30. We should have held it, as it's just Rip City right now. Congratulations, anybody following me there on Square. And again, this was just bad luck. I don't want to say another negative word on here, but that was bad luck because we did have that dip down, but that's fine. We should have gone back in. We waited, and then we cashed it out right there as Square got a little spicy for us there into the close, Brendan.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of those tech names. NASDAQ has a lot of buys in it. Let's do a review coming up both aftermarket tonight and or before the open tomorrow, guys. We have GE on here. That's tomorrow morning. Just FYI, UPS as well, also tomorrow morning. But the big one, front and center there.
Yeah, Tesla. I mean, I still wanted to break that 750. I think it does. And, Tesla, let's see what it's doing right now. So 737, a big move up off the imbalance. So I think that you do have right here this level. I mean, we've talked about Tesla before at that 750. It was on the sticky note this morning. And if you look at a daily chart here, again, we don't have it still adjusted for split. So that's ridiculous. There it is. That's better. So we still do have some action right in here where it hasn't wanted to go. That means that if this wants to tick over 750, man, I think we see 8 bills tomorrow. So let's watch out for Tesla screaming right now, as is everything in this marketplace. So I like that play. Other than that, I mean, all eyes are going to be on Tesla. I don't even remember what was on that board, but good call there with Tesla. That's going to be the big one. And then AMC today, I think you got to put that on your watch list as well. That's been a banger. We were long 1075, out right here 1150, but it actually went to 12, believe it or not.
Making a bit of a move up is going to be that MVIS, trying to test that high. If there is a run that fails at the close, watch out for those 4 o'clock ramps where you get like a break of like a 27 and you get a secondary move after 4 o'clock. So I know we got to be flat, but I've seen these moves run like $1 or $2, especially if it makes a top end play at that 27 area. Brendan?
Just saw another note on that Amazon rumor. Earnings Thursday, guys, aftermarket for Amazon. So worth noting, if they were to do it, earnings call would be a good time to do so.
That would make sense. It would not make sense to do it before. They can't do it before, so I mean, got to be.
Yeah, that is when they will do it, and they will announce that. So I just can't wait for Google to do it. I'm already long Amazon. Like, it's a huge part of my portfolio. So I got all the number one, like all the big cap tech. I have them all. So it's kind of silly for me to keep talking about them. The number one stock that I like that is not one of those that I think you guys can get in on right now. Again, I really like PaySafe. It fell off basically its high was in the pre-market, but I really like what they're going to do. Their earnings, I think it's May 11th or May 8th, something like that. So PaySafe's still around the corner. I like what they're going to do. I mean, especially with the way Square's moving, PayPal's moving, things like that. PaySafe, a good stock for me. And then STIC is the other one. And then you guys know the love that we have for PLTR, man. I mean, again, we did it again on this stock. I just got out too early. Up to 24.15, 24.16. Like, here's the dip, ding. Here's the dip, ding. Ding. So there it is, 2 for 2 on Palantir. Doesn't get much sweeter than that one. But definitely, guys, follow me on Twitter. We'll be posting some things there after market as well. What's up, Brendo?
I just noticed Spotify, guys, having quite the day as well. I was just double checking. They announced a bunch of price increases. So some of their premium plans are going to get an increase. But look at this chart. I mean, 5% here for Spotify today, coming up to impressive levels. Once again, 300 right there for Spotify, guys.
And I hate to say it, there's another name which is interesting because I haven't said it once today, and it's not Nikola, even though that is also up on the session. GameStop making moves. Worth note, I'm not going to ignore this one completely, but when it's up 12%, I was looking at this level just now at like a 168.50. Look, it was a bit of a breakout here at 3 o'clock just when we were starting the show. Definitely missed a move up to 175 here, but if it comes back down, look, we're sort of running out of time for a bit of a breakdown, but I've seen this sort of have a late day or late session moves in the last 5 minutes or so. I don't see a significant imbalance on much of anything, and certainly not GameStop in particular. So watching 168.50 into the closest. I have that box L. Tesla's still doing absolutely nothing in that range. BNGO broke through the top and continues to run. So that long from the morning should have been a hold. Of course, I tried to short the top after only making 50 pennies on the long.
So well, here's the imbalance locator. We have that one. But I mean, look at skills, guys. I mean, you know. It's just sometimes these breakouts happen for you and sometimes they don't. But I mean, the last couple weeks, months, years, things have just been working out. So good play right now on skills. Wow. I'd say, like, you know, it got the CNBC bump here. I think it was here, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, it didn't matter when he got the bump even so. So there it is. Anyways, okay. Imbalance locator, someone asked for it. Valeria, let me know. So thank you, Miss V. WFC's there as well. RTX, we talked about that one. WFC. I don't know why. I mean, it's a sell order, but Raytheon, we know tomorrow, I believe, Raytheon was on that board, and I've talked about loving some Raytheon. So if you do like that one, I like Raytheon better than Honeywell, but you guys can choose what you want. I think Raytheon is going to beat. We'll see tomorrow on them, but I may just get out of skills right now. We're up to $21. We only have 6 minutes left. This is a monster trade for me. We've already took out 30 cents, and here it goes. Skills paying them bills to end the day, guys. Congratulations for everybody that's on these trades. It's been a good one. I'm going to exit skills with only 3 minutes left. Good trade, man. A big move to end the day. Happy with this.
Yeah, you absolutely got to love it. And look, you're starting to run out of time for some of these things to happen. I am watching MVIS up to 27 if it can get there. Still noting Tesla is absolutely nothing for the time being. And then that GameStop, on the other hand, there we go. On the other hand, is looking rather weak. It is running out of time to take any kind of a break trade. So I'm going to have to watch this one going into the aftermarket and then pay attention to whether it can actually hold this level going into tomorrow. I'd love to see that happen because I think it's going to be an actionable one. But all eyes are going to be on Tesla and MVIS at the bell. MVIS has some signs that it might do another bit of a rollover here. I thought for sure the way this was holding up, that you were going to get one of those runs right into 27 and then maybe breaking out into 4 o'clock. And then for those that hold over, you know, and trade the aftermarket, you get one of those patented 4 o'clock runs. I'd love to participate in like a little scalp part of it. Probably have a minute and a half for it to break 27 to get that trade.
Yeah, just putting this up on Twitter. Nice scalp here on SKLZ to end the day. You can see where we got out, 2101 there. So what I did is I let it break through 21, and then I said, okay, I'm going to get out if it breaks back below it. And unfortunately, that strategy was cash money, but it didn't work because it did break back down, and then for some reason I still got 02s there. So would still be in this if it worked, but unfortunately I guess there must have been some back and forth there at 21. So again, I was long. I mean, it's a $1 winner, so hopefully you guys have that as the cash cow continues to happen on this side with skills. 2020, look at that break right there. Huge break. Out there at the 50s, we take 25 cents, and then we take the smooth dollar, and now you're seeing it right here, $1 in the money. So good out on skills. We have to be flat. I just didn't trust that 21 would have bounced around there. So heading into the very, very close here, that's Toronto imbalances, don't really show anything today. And then NASDAQ, we can see what's happening on this side. Nothing. INTC a buy. That should probably be a sell. Everything else, guys, on the downside, nothing. So, you know, relatively uneventful. Damn it, skills. There it is. It rips up. Congratulations, anybody trading skills with me today. That's a big win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cancel that order. I got out for what we could take the rest of that box out, and I will have to cancel MVIS. Like I can't. There's a time limit on when I can take a bit of a breakout trade. While I've seen this do it in the past, it's not a long we can do. We have to be flat by the end of the day, so we'll watch this at the close. It is looking like there's a ton of resistance at that 27 mark, and then with about a minute to go, if your eyes are on Tesla, like I said, I really thought there was going to be that breakout. It did eventually get back to 738, but that reversal in the NASDAQ and the ES, both at the same time, put the kapoots on that 740 test. We'll see what happens in the aftermarket here. Going into those Tesla earnings, which aren't at the bell, they're well after.
Yeah, and they won't come out anytime soon, I don't think so, but we only have 30 seconds to go. I see Maggie's going to be on the bell, so we'll let her know when that's coming up. We can check out WFC. Let's just quickly see, is there anything on the imbalance that we need to worry about? GE tomorrow, let's just quickly look at that. The imbalance is nothing, but on a daily chart here, I'm still long GE, and I like GE. Good, okay, good. Oh, that's RTX. We should be on GE here, though, but doesn't matter. My chart's not working. RTX tomorrow, GE as well, with only 15 seconds to go. This is GE, yeah, 1350. That's what we thought. We knew GE was starting to go to the high side as well on the daily chart, but look for GE to possibly break out tomorrow, even past 1415 with only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit that bell, Maggie. And there we are. We are now closed for the day. Kind of I don't know, there was some events there. We did have that move to the downside, but that just gave us more buying opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Just watching the MVIS, it's trying to make a move, but it looks like it's going to fail off of that 27 level. So not the strength you want to see. There was buying in Tesla going into the close here, but only about $1 or so. So not much of a move so far in Tesla. A little bit of a buy.
Guys, here we go. Look at how we wrap things up for the day. Pretty positive outside of the Dow, just slipping slightly there, 0.17. Everything else nicely higher. Good to see some strength in tech stocks to kick off the new week. We were higher here in Toronto, 0.3%. Bitcoin holding on to better part of 7%. Bitcoin obviously doesn't close, but still a nice start to the week, guys.
Oh, certainly. So. And look, it's the big earnings week. You have 1 out of 3 companies in the S&P 500, which made the move this afternoon, are going to be reporting, so you know it's going to be a big one. Make sure you tune in, as Sean mentioned, because MindMed, which held up today, actually closing near those highs. MindMed, we're going to have J.R. Rahm and Kevin O'Leary coming through for that.
Yeah, I didn't sell any of my shares.
Yeah, 8:40 tomorrow, guys. Make sure you come on down to join us at 8:30 in the morning. They should open. There's no reason why we shouldn't see them open at 9:30 with the market. So MNMD on the NASDAQ as of tomorrow.
Guys, we're really glad. Thank you for all the chat there. Yeah, I'm glad you guys made money on Square, on skills there into the end of the day. And if you held AMD, you would have done fantastic, as well as it does tick all the way up here. We got out there, but as soon as we get out, ticks right up. No surprise there. Guys, for the whole team here, for the production squad, for Valeria, for Neil, for Brendan, it's been a blast today, and it's only day 1. So get ready to rock and roll. We're going to be back tomorrow at 8:30. Make sure you join us. Have a fantastic evening. Test out some of those grapes, guys. Let us know which wine you're testing out tonight as well. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Earnings Bonanza. Let's go.
See you in the morning, guys.
Bye, guys.